Yeah. Wait, oh, yeah.
The Five Nights at Freddy's series is
Oh,
built.
he's breaking them down. We might watch this unless unless people pop in. Start with edit video. Go more to ah. F. Yo, what up, Beanie? Currently, ooh, nice. See, that's my only thing is I can't actually play the games as Panic Attack or a thing. It makes being it makes the fandom thing kind of difficult. Is what it is. We are live on both things. What's going on? All right. My stomach. All right. Just got done eating and stuff and drinking more things. So my stomach like, "Brr." There's subscribers popping on there. Thank you guys so much for the last week, by the way, for everyone. Starting the stream off. You guys already know this, but to everybody else or anyone else who watches this in the future and stuff, just some self promo crap first before anything else. I am currently in the middle of writing a book. If you're interested in reading, the first 6 chapters are available. 7th chapter will probably be available tomorrow because I'll probably be finishing next chapter because I'm getting close with that. If you want to be able to read it, it's on my Patreon for free. The first 6 chapters, soon to be 7. Some of it's available to read for free on my Patreon. Link is down in the description below. And now that we're at that one, we'll get into it. What's going on, everybody? Obviously, as we have been doing for the past week or so, talking about theories live. Love talking about Fnaf Theories live. Want to hear your guys' favorite theories so we can talk them through. Um, if you want to preference whether or not a theory is one that you think is actually true or if it's just something that you enjoy as a theory, up to you. Probably preference that just so we don't get like too crazy of a debate. Even in the comments below, if you're watching this after I'm no longer live, leave like if there's like a link to a video, do that too. Watch them on stream if I haven't heard the theory or I haven't seen the theory or whatnot. Um, all that good stuff. Love talking about other people's theories too. Don't want to just always be talking about my own, even though mine are pretty great. Just kidding, I don't. But what up, Beanie? What up, Miles? How are you guys doing today? How's everybody else doing? Come on in. The water is fine. We're gonna be talking about theory the whole time. Let's watch this video real quick. Hear what this guy has to say because I haven't seen this video yet. It looks like a lot of people were interested in what they had to say 2 years ago.
Both famous and infamous for its many secrets.
Yes.
Scott Cawthon is very rarely upfront and clear with what the details in the games are actually trying to tell us.
No,
But in a
most
way, that's
never
what
clear.
has made
Never
the
clear.
series so special for such a long period of time.
Yeah.
The most important secrets throughout the games have to be the hidden mini-games. So many pieces of lore have been discovered through mini-games that were incorporated into the main game to give us more clues. That's why today I will be taking a look at all of them. I'm going to explain and discuss every single minigame that has ever been put into the Five Nights franchise. That means no cuts.
That is a bold order there to say that they are going to explain every single one. Like, I
Or
hope.
certain
I
Easter
want to
eggs.
hear this.
Maybe that can be another video.
Why do the FNAF 1 doors defy gravity and require batteries to keep down instead of up? Dude, who knows? That was always a main question of a lot of people early on. Was why? Why do the doors require power to stay down? And the answer is we don't know.
This video will be very time consuming, so let's get this started right away.
You think it would be
This is
more
what
of the doors go up and that uses up power. Nope. You would be wrong. That is not the case at all. Hey, it is what it is. It's just a theory. No, anyways. Oh wait, hold on. Pause on the
one of the most
right back
famous
here.
minigames in the series, likely
Save
because it is
them
one of the
minigame,
more
yeah.
informative ones. You control
Maybe
Freddy
if the
Fazbear,
doors
and you're
raised
supposed
up
to
to
follow
close,
the
it would make
puppet
sense.
who is
Yeah,
trying to save the
what
murdered
I said.
children
Yep.
by giving them life through the animatronics. While you are following the puppet, you can hear letters being said out loud in the background, spelling SAVETHEM. There are different variations of this minigame because Freddy can start at different locations on the map. Also, if you choose not to follow the puppet, you can find Golden Freddy slumped over with only one of his eyes lit up. However, this could cause the minigame to end. I just want to let you guys know that I actually ended up getting this one wrong. If you choose not to follow the puppet and you go somewhere else, you can find Mangle walking around. Golden Freddy will just spawn at random. It's unknown what the cause is, unless it is known and it isn't random, but it seems to just be random, and sometimes he'll appear slumped over with blood below him. So sorry for that misinformation.
And sometimes he
Lastly,
has both
sometimes
eyes
when the
lit up.
minigame is about to end, you will see Purple Guy for a very short moment. Once the minigame ends, you will see purple text in the corner that says, "You can't," which is responding to save them. Following the Save Them minigame, this time you play as the puppet, and you successfully give life to the murder victims by putting them inside of the animatronic suits. However, once you give gifts to the 4 children on screen, a 5th body appears on the floor.
So with that one, it's actually I think it's actually a little bit different than that. I think it's just physically showing you that, but I don't think it actually represents the puppet physically putting them into the suits. I think if we remember correctly, the bodies were always in the suits, and the puppet. I think what happens is the puppet just helps them connect to the endoskeleton / suit. I think the puppet just like helps them understand how to possess it, I think is what it is. And I think the reason that Charlie learns to possess an animatronic on her own, the puppet, is because the puppet was already partially connected to Charlie by the bracelet, the security bracelet that Henry had made for her. Why did the police not smell the corpses? Though they did smell the corpses in the suits. Or, well, it wasn't that they didn't smell them. I think it was that the suits were like hidden or like in the back. The suits might have. I think what happened was whenever he would kill one of them, I think. So hold on. I'm gonna do this the correct way. So we do know for a fact that there are multiple suits of each character. I think there's multiple versions of each suit for each character. I think William put them in one of the other versions of the suit and then put the suit in the security room that no one was supposed to know about. The room that doesn't show up on camera or on any blueprints or anything like that. So they were in the secret hidden room, and so the police just never found the bodies, right? And then also I like, what up, Liam? How we doing? So that seems to be what it is that the suits are hidden away, and so they never find them until their bodies have like fully decayed. Um, and then, but I think so. It's in my theory wise, in my theory canon world, whatever. Sammy dies first, but he gets rid of the body, not this. He gets rid of the body, but or that could be it too. He could have actually. That's actually that might be it. Because if my theory for Sammy is correct, then that would just be it. I think he hides them only in the suit for the day, right? For the one day, and then he secretly disposes of the bodies. Um, And I mean, he works in a restaurant. It's not like there isn't going to be several various equipments that he could easily use to dispose of a small 40, 50 pound body. Because I'm sure they deal with 40, 50 pound things of meat on a daily basis anyway. So I'm sure there's more than enough equipment in that restaurant to dispose of a small body overnight. So I think they just are in the suits long enough for them to be there for a few hours, and that's probably why the spirit gets like when they talk about spirits and what up life. So yesterday I was watching Fnaf Theories from a channel called Immense Andrew. Oh yeah, I've heard of that guy, and he said some pretty interesting things. Oh yeah, what's his video? What video? Let me get in here. Immense Andrew. Immense Andrew. I'm not. Oh, here we go. Immense. Oh, all one word. Okay. And now I can go back to this because I want to.
The Five Nights at Freddy's series.
Oh, why did it restart this video? I had already been watching. Phone guy sounded to have died to Golden Freddy. No, no, no. No, it doesn't sound like he dies to Golden Freddy. It sounds like he dies to regular Freddy. Hold on. We'll get into that. 1 second. Let me pop up another one. Here we go. FNAF 1 phone guy death. Yeah, phone guy death works. Hold on. FNAF 1 night 4 call. So listen to this. How many robots did William Afton make like himself? That's the thing. There's tons of endoskeletons running around. Like, we know that for a fact that there are tons of endos. Golden Freddy, only one with that scream. Hold on. Listen. Listen.
Oh, hello. Hey, wow, day 4. I knew you could do it. Hey, listen, I may not be around to send you a message tomorrow.
That's your first clue that it's not Golden Freddy. There's banging on the door. Golden Freddy doesn't hit things or bang on things. Right?
It's been a bad night here for me. I'm kind of glad that I recorded my messages for you when I did. Hey, do me a favor. Maybe sometime you could check inside those suits in the back room. I'm going to try to hold out until someone checks. Maybe it won't be so bad.
And you. Here it goes.
You know. Oh no.
It was probably all of them, to be honest. But more than likely, it was regular Freddy, because that is regular Freddy's kill animation, his death wind up. So that's who. Yeah, regular Freddy, because that is regular Freddy's like pre-kill thing. Can you like see the chat? Yes, I can see the chat. Yep, please. What's going on? Freddy, Chica, Foxy. Yeah, it probably was the whole crew, like hitting the door, Freddy's music box, Chica, weird sounds, then Golden Freddy's jump scare. Yeah, so it sounds like it was a team effort. So, but that's what I mean, Miles, is that I think it was a group effort. I don't think you can say it was just one person. Yeah. Boy Chica is William Afton flop? That's what you think? Explain. Explain, flop. Let me hear it. Let me hear this. Give me a little bit to work on, and we'll see what we can do. What is the bite of 87? Bite of 87 is what happens before you become. Here we go. Here's one of my personal theories that some people will not agree with, but I'm okay with that. Bite of 87 happens before you become the security guard at in FNAF 2. It happens pre FNAF 2. Can you listen to Freddy's jump scare sound compared to Golden Freddy? Yeah, absolutely. FNAF 1 Freddy or jump scares. Jump scare sound. FNAF 1 full jump scare sound. Oh, what? Hold on. Play it again. That's Freddy's. Let's go. What? No. Hold on. Back the original FNAF jump scare sound effect. Let's see if I can find all FNAF 1 jump scares. Here we go. Bonnie. Here we go. Oh, crap. There's that one. Why does body moan in FNAF 1? So it don't think it's actually a moan. We think it's more of like a rasping. So my theory on the reason why the 3 animatronics of Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica, the reason why they moan or the reason why they have raspy breathing is because they were all crushed to death by Afton. Whereas Foxy, I think, was a cleaner kill. I think Foxy was the second experimental kill, and I think something's different. Like with Foxy's death, I think the possession or something, the way he killed Fritz, who is Foxy, I think he kills him cleaner, so he causes less agony. So maybe there's something to do with like the combination of agony and remnant kind of help with the possession ability a little bit more, and so that's why Foxy's always broken down all the time, because he isn't as cleanly inhabited as the other 3 are, and the other 3 were crushed to death and had like a more agonizing death. So they also recreate the noise, because that was like the last noises that they were making in life, was those raspy death sound. Yo, thank you for the follow. Why didn't... Oh, there it goes. Wolfie Faz Wolf, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Appreciate you. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it was on Twitch, right? Yeah. Yep, Twitch. Thank you for that. I always appreciate it. But yeah, so yeah. My theory was that we play as Bite Victim in the mini games, and we play as Mike in the night. Yes, that is very common, because it's just because we see the FNAF 4 map while we are in night 2, so sometimes Mike works. But so here's the thing too, is that remember the FNAF jump scares? Yes, we are in the middle of doing that. Yeah, so sometimes Mike works at Nightmare to get himself ready for his real job. Was it Afton's fault for killing his youngest son because made Fredbear diner with Henry? So I mean technically, oh yeah, Chica, yeah. Well, let's go back. What was this? Yeah, the Freddy jump scare. Technically it's Afton's fault, yeah. Foxy. Remember, Foxy's a good guy. He's just coming in to check in on you. Golden Freddy. Okay. Anyways, was it Afton's fault? Yeah. Afton's technically at fault, but here's the thing. So I don't think he technically made Fredbear's Family Diner. I think him and Henry made Freddy Fazbear's. How many kids was stuff in the suits? 6. 6 kids stuffed in suits. So here we go again, because this is the one that I always do, because this is my favorite, because I believe this is absolutely true. Do I have it pulled up? So here's one theory, and this is one, is that Michael, yes, is who we play as in this game part. Pull this up. This is Michael. This is Cassidy. What up, Arcane? How we doing, man? All right, follow me on this one. This is Michael. This is Michael. This is Cassidy. Over here is Cassidy. Right here. So you play as Michael during the gameplay, but during the mini games, you're Cassidy. Why? Because in the gameplay, why would nighttime be Michael? Nighttime is Michael because nighttime is Michael being literally gassed by William. He's being experimented on by his father as punishment slash as experimentation by William. He's experimenting with different psychosis gases to further his study on how to create agony, because this is my theory hypothesis that I haven't ever seen anyone actually really try and do. Agony exists and remnant exists. Here's my theory. Agony, right? Agony helps the remnant process. What do you mean? But the whole thing is remnant, not gases. What do you mean? No, nightmare gas exists in all the worlds. The map outline in FNAF 1 is the same as the outline in FNAF, and it just less camera position. Yeah, that's true. Could be true. It's also it doesn't really, it doesn't matter as much because it's a facade. It's a made up area. It could be as big or as small as Vengeful Spirit, who Sammy makes it. William studies remnant, not gas. He studies the effects of remnant. But that, just because we know William studies remnant doesn't mean we don't know that he studies all of the. So again, with my theory is that agony helps remnants. Right? We keep thinking of these two things as separate entities. Agony is the pain and suffering, remnant is like the good. But what if agony is like the glue, is the remnant glue? Like agony, the more agony that existed for death, the easier remnant is at possessing things. Yeah. What if one is needed for the other? What if agony is needed for remnant to really take hold? How does Afton come back? Remnant and agony. He's been working with remnant for so long that if he doesn't have some remnant in him, or if his own remnant isn't created from him dying, then what was the point? And the absent is if, maybe. Yeah, I can see it. Yes. Yeah. So I've seen other interesting FNAF theories by YouTubers like Riotos and Pulse. So ID's fans. Yeah, absolutely. All of them are great theorists. Everyone's gonna have their own theories. I'm gonna believe some of them. I'm not gonna believe other ones. I know ID Fantasy doesn't believe the Cassidy is crying child thing, but I do. I really feel like it makes a lot of sense, and I think, and the reason I believe it more than some people do is because I have a theory that makes it make sense. And my theory is that, where are we at? Where's that? Boom. My theory is that this right here is the Vengeful Spirit. What did the Blob do to Burntrap? They killed him, attacked him. No, but still, wait. One theory I heard is Michael is Nightmare Foxy. Oh yeah. No, Michael is Michael. Michael is Michael. This is the Vengeful Spirit, and this is Sammy. And this is my theory. If it's ever proven wrong, I'm down. But I don't think there's any real evidence to stop this theory from being potential. There's nothing in the game that says that Sammy doesn't exist. And that's where I'm going with this. Is there's nothing that says that Sammy doesn't exist. There's no counter logic. Is Jimmy Neutron? That ain't Jimmy Neutron hair, trust me. Jimmy Neutron hair would have to be bigger. This, I think, is Sammy. I think this is, which would explain map outline compared to the FNAF UCN outline. Yeah, absolutely. Where are we at? We don't need this one. Yeah, we don't need that one. Hold on. FNAF 1 map. FNAF 1 map layout, whatever it is. Yo, thank you for the follow. Matthew plays 131. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Appreciate. Welcome in. Always appreciate the follows, guys. All right, so we got all these recreated maps. So boom, here's a recreated map. I'm gonna go with this one. This one's there's kitchen, bathrooms, hallways, main stage, Foxy stage, the parts area, the one closet, boom, where you're at. Cool. It's Evan here. And not no. So no offense to you, bud. I know I like the username. I don't believe his name is Evan. I believe it's Cassidy Afton. I don't think there's any Evan. I don't think Evan Afton is the real name. I think there's too many holes and loops and backtracking and everything else used to get to the Evan name that it doesn't hold water. Like it's just too complicated in order to get the name Evan. Like even the people who got Evan was like, we just the N. We assume the N is there, and it's like Scott makes it hard, but he doesn't make it multiple problems hard. Like if you figure out how to get the E, like if you figure out the code for getting the E, the code will be the same code for all 4 letters or all 6 letters. What up, Finn? So in order for it to be Evan, that wouldn't make sense because the code isn't consistent enough to get the N. So but his name being Cassidy does make a lot of sense in the aspect of it's altered text that gives you the clues to get the word Cassidy. Cassidy is a common male British name, and the Aftons are British. The other 3 Aftons are all very British names too. Michael, William, and Elizabeth are all very British first names. Cassidy also being a male British name makes a lot of sense too. Do not even have that. Yes, that's what I mean. It's like getting the N is like a backwards thrown over. It's like it's just we got EVA, so N makes sense too. I think that the Vengeful Spirit is right here. I think the Vengeful Spirit is not named Cassidy. I think the Vengeful Spirit's name is Sammy. Sammy is the twin of Charlie. What happened to Afton's wife? Afton's wife left. Dude, I love that. Cassidy. I love the fact that you just went and changed your username to Cassidy Afton after that. That is dope as shit, dude. A+, clap and a half. Clap and a half for that one. That is such a good play. Wait, what? I'm so confused. What's up, Matthew? We're also on YouTube at the same time, so if you hear me talking to a lot of people, it's because we have a lot of people on YouTube. We actually have more people over on the YouTube side right now watching the stream. So there's that. Yeah, we usually are. I mean, yeah, welcome to FNAF. Welcome to FNAF. If you're not partially confused, you're not theorizing correctly. Yeah. Afton's wife just disappears. Does she just disappear, or does Afton's wife do a thing after most of her kids go missing or die? Well, all die. 2 of her kids die. Is Fredbear Golden Freddy? Yes. Fredbear is Golden Freddy. Freddy Fazbear is Brown Freddy. That is the thing. Who is Ruined Freddy? That is Glamrock Freddy. Unless you're talking about Wizard Freddy, then that's just another version of Freddy. Afton's wife is a hooker. Afton's wife is not a hooker. Afton's wife is probably dead. So she ditched Afton. She might have. Maybe. I think Afton's wife divorced William, and Ballora is supposed to represent her. That could be it too. But It could not. I mean, like what happened to the Wizards? The Wizards were repaired and reused later on in a in one of the in the FNAF 1 location. Is what's assumed. I think the reason. So here's my thing. I think FNAF 1 is what happened is the Wizards were repaired. They went to the they went to the they went to the FNAF 1 location. What up, Leaf? At the FNAF 1 location, William disassembles them at some point, right? While they're like shut down again, because they shut down like 5 different times over situations. So he takes them apart. He takes out their endoskeletons, and maybe it's not a clean process, him disassembling them. So when they repair them again, they use a different suit that is fully repaired. It doesn't have rips and tears and stuff in it that they had in the back to rebuild them again. That's why in the mini game where he disassembles them, Bonnie and Freddy have buttons on them, but the FNAF 1 animatronics don't have buttons. Because those animatronics that you deal with in FNAF 1 are the repaired version. Believe that at all, because we would have had definitive proof that she actually died outside. It's been so long. So technically, Matthew, we might have proof. Remember that they are talking that in the therapy sessions. In the therapy sessions, Vanessa is talking about her parents, and that one of her parents committed when she was younger, because her abusive father made her lie about her mom in order to win custody. What do you think is Mike? Is it Mike was Nightmare animatronic, or wait, do you think it is Mike with the Nightmare animatronic? I think it's Mike. So no, Afton has 3 kids. Vanessa is the new Elizabeth stand-in. Yeah, Vanessa is being inhabited by Elizabeth, or well, Fanny is, and that's another messy part to it too. And I'm trying to hit everybody's things that they're talking about at once. So my theory for the Vanessa Vanny thing is that there's actually 2. There's actually 2. There's Vanessa and then there's Vanny. Oh yeah. Hold on. We will look that do at the same time. That's my FNAF 1. There's that. We don't need. Oh yeah, we can do this. FNAF. UCN map layout. Map layout. Yeah. No, you're right. It is. Yeah, it's. This is. Yeah. How did UCN map physically? I know the role of the game is to finish a story or well represented. Yeah, it looks like it basically. If this is it, I think this is it, right? If that's it, then yeah, it's the same map. What is this? Supreme Custom Night, Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, fandom. Okay, fandom one. Yeah. Anyways, do you want fan art? Because I can make some. Go for it, Cassie. I don't care. Go for it. Absolutely. I love fan art's dope, dude. What do you think it is that Mike was? So, his family with the sister location. I don't think it's Afton. Well, I think Glitch Trap is Afton. The Mimic is not. I think it's 2 separate things. And then I think what it is they pivot away from Glitch Trap after a bit. Plays the FNAF 4 map is separated from sister location FFPS. Yeah. Things that's always bugged me about FNAF is when sister location takes place. When does it take place? So I think there's okay, hold on guys. Everybody chill. We're going to go one thing at a time. Vanessa Vanny. I believe Vanessa gets like brainwashed whatever by Glitch Trap, right? while she has Glitch Trap in her head, he doesn't have full control over her. And he wants full control over her, but he can't seem to get it. So at times, he loses control of her. And so she, right? So she is like occasionally like calling out for help by like searching for help on the internet and stuff like that. And he realizes I don't have full control over her. He keeps losing control every now and again. Whenever he does have control, he starts using her to do something different, which is build build a animatronic version of herself. I don't think he using her is capable of building like a perfect replica of her or something like that. That's why they also make the Vanny suit to cover up the parts of the new Vanessa Vanny animatronic version of her, the robot version of her, with a whole suit. I think Vanessa never wears the Vanny suit. I think there is literally a secondary. That's why in the fire exit ending, you see a Vanny and a Vanessa at the same time. I think Vanessa has, and that's why when you get rid of Glitch Trap, it doesn't necessarily get rid of Vanny, because you free Vanessa from Glitch Trap's brainwashing, but Vanny is a whole nother ball game, and that's why Vanny can still exist in some form in Ruin, even if the princess ending of Security Breach is the real ending. Vanessa, Gregory, and Glamrock Freddy can all be gone, but Vanny still be around with the Mimic. Anyways, there's that. In FNAF 4, the mini games are Cassidy, but the gameplay is Michael. Michael is being experimented on by his father, both as an experiment. He's trying to run an experiment that no one will know about. So he's running it on his own son, one, and two, because he's punishing him. If you look at sister location right here, no, not there. Where are we at? Right here. Sister location. If you look at sister location, here's your FNAF 4 house going to the pizzeria connected to Ethan123 Fortnite. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. I appreciate that so much. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button over on the YouTube side too. Lore. But anyways, the original FNAF 4 house is here. Right here. This is the house. This is the bedroom. This is the bedroom that the gameplay takes place in over here, and then there's the hallway over here with all this. Here's the thing. Why is this the house of the crying child if the gameplay is taking place over in this completely different area? He puts Michael over here filled with gas and lets him deal with the nightmare animatronics to build up agony. I think he's experimenting to see if he can harness agony from living beings, his son, to then use on other people's remnants to help with the remnant possession abilities. You know, he's got him over here in this collection area, and then down here in sister location, he has the fun times where he's injecting them with remnant, right? 5 Nights at My Mom, I love it. Getting them with the what's up, Don? Putting the remnant into thank you for the follow. Also, really appreciate you guys showing up. Like, you guys are awesome. We are. How about the hallway game, hallway mini game? That could be another form of. Could just be another form of collecting agony. Really, honestly. You think about it, maybe like this way is just constant. Well, you gotta think about it. They're two different versions of fear, right? Two different versions of fear. So in this version of fear, it's like a panic attack, kind of like crazy. You know they're coming. You're watching. You're getting up. You're moving around all the time, and you're building up your fear that way. This is like my actual anxiety condition. This is anticipatory panic, where you don't know where Plush Trap actually is. You have to purposely give him the ability to attack you by turning off your light and letting him get close enough, but not too close. and like that panic of trying to time it right kind of situation. I think Michael was experimenting on what is the easier way to collect remnant. Having the danger directly in front of you and you manipulating the danger yourself, does that cause agony quicker than having it be kind of like a almost out of sight danger that you have to control over time? It's like different versions of agony and different ways for him to collect it. And also probably trying to see if either of them. Oh, Cooliand, thank you for the follow. Also appreciate it. Welcome to the Strider Theory family. For me, I had a mod where the nightmare animatronics was realistic looking, and oh boy, I couldn't play regular FNAF 4 for a while. Oh, I bet. Yeah, I had a thought. The Afton house is next to Fredbear's, and Pizza Sim is a retrofitted Fredbear's. The sister location bunker is under Afton's house, and the Pizzaplex is built above Pizza Sim. Oh my. Yes. So in my theory, and I can't remember if this is actually confirmed in anything, but my theory is that this is actually the Pizzeria Simulator house also. So I think it's so that was me. Yeah, so this is you. This is Cassidy Afton over here. This gameplay over here. Over here is your older brother Michael, getting some getting some agony collected from him. Also, can we point out that sister location right here kind of looks like a robot? It looks like a robot holding a hammer. Can we talk about that? It kind of looks like a robot holding up a big hammer. Like the torso, the head, and then the hammer here. Looks like a ceiling turret. I can see that too. But yeah, just like this part right here, this kind of looks like a robot transformer dude. Anyways, so yeah, so I believe that I'm all over the place right now. I believe that this location's underneath the pizzeria from 4. The pizzeria from 4 is also the pizzeria from 6. So the Pizzaplex is built over top of 6, which means the Pizzaplex is over top of 6, which is over top of sister location. How are the Phantoms made? Fucking nightmare gas. I don't know, dude. The Phantoms are made because you are Michael Afton dealing with shit. It could actually be nightmare gas or something like that. Who knows? Well, some of it, to me, long story short, I think the mimic is Dave. The Funtime Freddy was remade to kill more people. The Twisted Ones are the nightmares, but they gotta upgrade. Gave you a follow. My name was Cool. Oh, cool. Oh, thank you, Cassie. I appreciate that. Yeah, I saw that. I shouted you out. I appreciate the follow. Everybody following over on both sides. Make sure you guys are hitting the subscribe button over on the YouTube side and the follow button over on the Twitch side. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys have been making my last week absolutely amazing because I only started doing this a week ago. The theorizing part of live streaming, not actually live streaming. I've been a content creator for like 5 years. I used to do it as a full-time job back when Mixer existed, but then it went out, so I don't do it like anyways. But the point is the last week has been absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much. I'm so happy to have you guys like showing up and wanting to theorize with me and shit like that, and being able to like hear my theories and being like that, you know, some of that sounds pretty dope. Does this mean Afton's house and the sister location bunker are also under the Pizzaplex? The sister location, absolutely. Dying. I don't know what you're saying, Blam. It doesn't sound like it's appropriate, so I'm just going to remove it. So there we go, Blam. Be more thoughtful in your messages. How about that? That sounds good. I'd say sleep deprived, maybe sleep deprived. For me, at least, it's FNAF 5, FNAF 4, 2, 1, 3, Help Wanted, Pizzeria Simulator, Security Breach, Help Wanted 2, and then FNAF Ruin. Almost, Matt, a little bit off. I think FNAF 5 is definitely not before FNAF 4. FNAF 4 is definitely the first game in our series. FNAF 4, both mini games and the gameplay both probably happen while Michael is still underage. So the other games definitely can't take place before it. I think the real order is FNAF 4, FNAF 2, FNAF 1, maybe FNAF 5. FNAF 5, FNAF 1 is where it gets weird. I don't know which one I would put first. Goes Z, Fredbear will not eat my bye. Peace out, Cassidy. Have a good night. We're currently at 44 minutes in, 45-minute timestamp. So if you want to watch the rest of the stream tomorrow to see what you missed, absolutely can. There you go. There's your timestamp. 45 minutes. You'll be where you left off. Right, maybe. But yeah, how would Cassidy CC know what he saw if he was there when Elizabeth was scooped? He didn't. So it wasn't Elizabeth. So that's my thing. My belief is that he didn't see Elizabeth get scooped. I know a lot of people want to theorize that that's what scared him. This is what scared him. So in the mini games, and this is the thing that I was pointing out yesterday. Sammy, I think this is Sammy. I think this is Charlie's twin brother Sammy in the stomach of Golden Freddy, aka Fredbear, in the parts closet. Cassidy gets locked in by Michael. Michael doesn't know that there's a body in there. Only William knew there was a body in there. The body of Sammy, right? Henry's son. And the reason I say this, right? The reason I say that this is Sammy becomes besties in the afterlife, right? But the reason I say this is Sammy is because it fills in a lot of gaps. Cassidy plus CC is CC equals Cassidy. Yes, there you go. But anyways, the reason that this the reason I think that this makes sense to me is for multiple reasons. One, Sammy dies dies to William first, but it's a regular murder. It's not his experimental murders. This is a murder out of rage or because he's just psychotic and he finally gives into the urges because he's mad at Henry. So he kills Sammy, shoves Sammy in the suit because he has to hide the body now because he doesn't want anyone to know. Sammy's got to go missing, not be found, right? Michael locks Cassidy in the closet, not knowing that Sammy's in there, obviously. Cassidy finds it. Is the robot theory is bull? No, I think Gregory is a robot. I think Gregory is Cassidy remade. And I can explain that at some point later after I explain this point. But this is Sammy. I think that this is Sammy. Cassidy sees Sammy in the closet. A lot of people are going to say that the reason that this can't be that, I think it's a great theory. I think it works really well. Then what is the stomach teeth for the nightmare animatronics if Cassidy only knows about the child in the Fredbear animatronics except William? Look at this. This is Cassidy. Oh, because so here's the thing. What if Cassidy did tell Michael, or it's on purpose? What if because the thing with the nightmare animatronics is they're basically the twisted one animatronics essentially, and I can definitely see it being true. It's not about Gregory being a robot. Some people don't like that theory. I know, but yeah, but I like it. I like the theory. It makes sense in a way. But anyways, so yeah, so that's the thing is like it's is there a reason for it? It could just be because Golden Freddy has such a bigger stomach, or maybe the Golden Freddy outfit, the suit, or something like that, or it could just be that William Afton wanted it that way. You were broken line to some. They changed Freddy. You are broken line to something else. Why? I wouldn't change that line. It makes it dang it ad. Welcome to YouTube, where there are no ads. He got scared of a guy in an animatronic suit. He's not afraid of the characters themselves. Yes, he is. Yes, he is, Matthew. That is the thing. Yes, he is. So many people try and make this claim that he's not afraid of the suits themselves. He is. I 100% believe he is. If you look at his room, he's got them all shoved into the corner, and kind of in a way where you kind of feel like maybe he tried to hide them in the house, but like William was like, no, these are yours, keep them in your room. So he just shoves them in the corner as far away as possible. And some people try and make this claim that, well, no, he's not afraid of them because he carries psychic friend Fredbear around with him. Why would he carry around a stuffed animal as a friend if he was afraid of the characters? He doesn't carry psychic friend Fredbear around. If you look at the whole thing, if you look at all of this right here, he never carries the bear. He never does. He doesn't carry the bear. If you look at all this, he never once carries the bear anywhere. The bear is just there, but not just Besides in the encyclopedia, I don't count any artwork from the encyclopedia unless it's from the game specifically. That's just a artist rendition that they were told to make, right? Um, but anyways, if you look at this, every time that Psychic Friend Fredbear is in a frame with another person that isn't Cassidy, he is hiding. He's hiding from everybody else, right? In this frame down here with the balloon kid, that's Golden Freddy right there. That's Psychic Friend Fredbear right there. He's hiding behind the tire, right? In this frame with the older kid who laughs at Cassidy, he's hiding in the gutter. In this frame with a pigtail girl that people thought was Emily or Elizabeth, he's hiding in the flowers. With Finger Trap Bonnie over here, he's hiding behind the car. With the girl with the toy characters, the action figure characters, he's hiding behind the fence, right? And in the restaurant itself, you don't see him at all. When he's over here and Michael's gonna scare him, he's sitting on the couch like a regular stuffed animal, and on the bed, he's sitting on the bed like a regular stuffed animal. Never, ever do you see Cassidy carry this bear anywhere. He's just there. I believe Psychic Friend Fredbear, as Arcane Bullet is pointing out, because this is what my theory has been, Psychic Friend Fredbear is a lonely Freddy. He's a lonely Freddy who has been programmed or is being controlled by William to follow his son around to find out if he's going to tell anybody what he saw. And he pushes him. He like gaslights him into doing it. Like he's trying to find out if his son actually knows what he saw. What he saw was Sammy in the Golden Freddy suit. And I know what some people are gonna say to debunk this. They're gonna say, well, this scene right here happens the day before the party. So why would he be afraid of it the whole week leading up to the party? This scene doesn't take place the day before the party. It's set up to make you think that. But if you actually watch, and let me see, do I have it? Hold on. No, I can go back. Fnaf for mini games. Yeah, this one's right here. Okay, all the mini games. So we'll go back through because I've done this a few times now. But if we go through them all, right? Go here. Yeah, don't be. So this one, first mini game. What about the Fredbear stuffed animal and sister location? Yeah. That is to let you know that he was being controlled by William Afton. That's what that is. He is holding the remote that William Afton used to control Psychic Friend Fredbear. A body swap, right? Yeah, at least it's not a body swap. Lonely Freddy, that would have been worse. So it wouldn't be a Lonely Freddy. It would be a precursor to Lonely Freddy. It's like a prototype version. Like this is probably the first Lonely Freddy, a small animatronic. So you're not familiar with all the books. So in one of the it's Fazbear Fright's stories, this older kid who has a younger sibling who he's like, blah 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 blah, fights with and stuff. They're at Freddy Fazbear's for her birthday. He gets mad. He like leaves them, and he runs into what are these lonely Freddys? They're these little tiny Freddy animatronics that are supposed to seek out the kids that are being like shunned by all the other kids to make sure that they still have a friend to play with while they're at Freddy Fazbear's, even if none of the other kids want to play with them. And he like picks it up and he starts talking to it and stuff, and he looks into its eyes, and the thing hypnotizes him and then body swaps with him and takes over his body. Anyways, so I think this is like a precursor to the Lonely Freddy's. And why does Afton make Freddy's? I don't, because he wants to kill some kids. He's trying to collect that sweet remnant, that sweet agony, and put it into. He's trying to figure out immortality. Is my assumption is that he's trying to figure out immortality in the best way possible. And I think Michael ends up being the ultimate, like, it happens too late, but I think I think Michael is the proof in the pudding that what William Afton was attempting to do actually does work. It just happens too late for William Afton to be able to use it effectively, right? So, anyways, so I think that this is a precursor to the Lonely Freddy's, right? It's a thing that William invented to keep a eye on Cassidy here. So, but watch these mini games. So this mini game starts. The first one starts Golden Freddy talking to you, or Psychic Friend Fredbear talking to you. Ends with him saying, "Tomorrow is another day." Boom. We go into the next one. 4 days until the party. Psychic Friend Fredbear starts talking to you. Boom, boom, boom. Tomorrow is another day. Ends. On to the next one. Psychic Friend Fredbear talking to you. Tomorrow is another day. Gets up again. You're good. You get outside. Boom, boom, boom. Talking to people. Ba, 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 ba. Hiding the whole time. Psychic Friend Fredbear hiding the whole time. He gets in here. Be careful. You're walking around. You're looking around. You're in your sister's room. Blah, blah, blah. Boom. Scared. What happens? Tomorrow is another day. Now we're on to this one. Watch. I think we're deceived here. Who talks first? Cassidy talks. Cassidy continues to talk. Cassidy talks some more. I'm sorry, excuse me, we've had a pattern going on. Where's Psychic Friend Fredbear during this? Why isn't he talking to us? Why didn't he let us know that tomorrow is another day? Because he doesn't have Psychic Friend Fredbear yet. A tween out? It's sewn on. You mean the hat? It's sewn on. How many years did after Afton was Springlock? How many years till Springtrap awakens? I think Springtrap was awakened the whole time. He was stuck in that room, unable to get out. The room got sealed up after he got Springtrapped. It got sealed up, completely covered over, until Fazbear Frights discovered the secret room because they had been talking. Like, if you listen to, excuse me, what? How does the head of a small plush animal fit a tween? You're talking about Michael. No. Okay, so that's a common misconception by a lot of people. No, he's wearing an actual Foxy mask. He's wearing an actual Foxy mask. He's not wearing so that was a common misconception when the game first came out. People assumed that because Freddy's head was missing here, that's what Michael must be wearing. No, Michael is wearing an actual Foxy the Pirate mask. I think Crying Child ripped the head off of Foxy because that's the one that he's even more scared of. Or actually, I think it's because Help Wanted proves this. Yeah, exactly. I think what it is I think Foxy had his head missing before Cassidy actually was scared of them. I think he ripped the head off of Foxy because he knew Michael liked Foxy. Why did Michael change masks? What do you mean, why did he change? He didn't change masks. Hold on. Boom. He wears the Foxy mask here. Boom. We go back to all the way to here. He's wearing the Foxy mask here. No, at Cassidy's party, he's still wearing he's still wearing the Foxy mask. I think he got a newer version of it. It looks like he got a new version of it for the party. I think he got a new one because at the party they probably had a bunch of new masks. So he upgraded. That's all it is. He had an old mask that's been getting old because look at it. I mean, hold on. Look at this old one. This old one's old and grungy, right? Now we're at a birthday party where we're giving out new masks. Let me upgrade my mask and get a new one. Wouldn't you? I mean, if you were just offered a new... I was worried he was talking about Polar Bear Guy, right? No, I think he just got a new mask. I think they are talking about the final minigame. Yeah, this one. Yeah, he has a different mask on. I think he just upgrades. I think he just goes, hey, this one's old. I'm going to get a new one. It doesn't have to have like super significant lore behind the fact that he has a different-esque mask in this one. I think it's just literally he got a new mask because he's at a birthday party where he can snatch himself up a new one. But again, can anyone explain that? Does this make sense to a lot of people? Like when I explain it this way, that this mini game, I think Scott purposely put it out of order to confuse us. But in all honesty, this event right here, this happens before the other events. Right? I think it's hello Dabs. I'm sorry for making you sad with the mini game. Cassidy is Freddy. Yeah, they're all laughing at him. Vanessa and Help Wanted. I don't know. I need to watch more Help. I haven't watched Help Wanted enough to know that. I am more familiar with the first 7 games than I am with the new like VR stuff. I'm working on those a lot more. I'm watching a lot of GT Live playthroughs and other people talking about them and stuff like that. So I'm not as good with like Help Wanted 1 as I am with other stuff. But yeah. I mean, you hear Vanessa's conversation with Glitch Trap. That could be it, but maybe. But so here's the thing: if you play as Vanessa I don't think you do, because if you play as Vanessa in Help Wanted, that means Vanessa is absolutely not Tape Girl, and so you have to roll with the Tape Girl isn't Vanessa theory in order to be Vanessa in Help Wanted. The kid that's laughing at Cassidy is Freddy, or at least the same model. Yeah. Like, all these kids laugh at him. Like, all 4 of them are gonna laugh at him. Boom. Oh, you mean you mean this kid? Yeah, it might be. That might be Freddy. Yeah, that might be Freddy Mask Kid right there. That would make sense actually. That's solid. I'll take that. Yeah. Yeah, looks like that's him. That's definitely him. Same haircut and everything. That's him. Yeah. That's Freddy right there. Sound different in Help Wanted 1, but sound completely different in Security Breach. It was so many years in between, maybe they couldn't get the same voice actress. Could be on purpose. Could be multiple things, or it could be that they are different, but that could be audio from the map. I mean, you hear Vanessa's conversation with Glitchtrap, but that could be audio from this. Who knows? Like I said, I don't know as much about the whole Vanessa. I'm working on Help Wanted and all that, like getting all that story. It's a lot harder because obviously I don't own like VR headset and stuff like that, so they'll have new masks most likely. But why does Freddy Mask be the only one who doesn't have white eyes? Oh, it's probably because the eye sockets are smaller. But hey, props doesn't matter. No, I think the eye sockets are just smaller because they are. If you look, he has smaller eye sockets than the other 3. So I think that's why you can't see the white of his eye barely poking through the mask. Is all it is. Yeah. I think it's just smaller eye sockets, so you can't actually see the eyes. And also, it's an 8-bit mini game. The Withered Endo have ears, but the FNAF 1 does not. So that's because the Withereds are Endo 2 endoskeletons, whereas the FNAF 1s are Endo 1 FNAF skeletons. And again, I think it's because so here's my theory that I'm rolling with on this one, guys. I think the mini game where William Afton breaks down the animatronics to take their remnant from them, I think that they use I think he breaks them down and he takes the endoskeletons and damages the suits in the process, so they have to refurbish them again, but they don't have the Endo 2s anymore to rebuild them, so instead they rebuild them with the Endo 1 suits. Here's the fucked up part about all this, guys. You want to really hear the fucked up part about all this? If my theory is correct and William actually breaks down the animatronics before what happens in FNAF 1, you play as, here's your map, right? Wherever the where does it take place? Hold on. FNAF 3 mini games map. Boom. So yeah, so this one right here, that's that. This you play in, well, no, this isn't the FNAF 1 location. Is this the FNAF 1 location? It looks almost like the FNAF 1 location, but is it one location? Just hold on. If you look at the, hold on. Yeah. Go back here. Yeah, so if you look at the FNAF 1 location, it looks similar, but it's not like a 1-for-1. Or maybe it is if you go here. Bathroom, bathroom. Okay, so if you go here, bathroom, bathroom, it's this one, then this is bathroom, bathroom, and then the security rooms. I mean, it's almost 1-for-1, but it is off. Unless this is somebody's bad rendition also. Could be bad rendition. Let me see. Where's the actual... Okay, so here's the cameras. So, okay, so yeah. So this one is the actual map. This is literally what it looks like when you plug it together. But this is also a video game. So maybe it isn't 1-for-1 also because it's a video game. Exact same besides perp pillars. Yeah, some random stuff. But I think it is the FNAF 1 location, which means the security room's right here. So if my theory is correct and this occurs before FNAF 1... Michael's literally sitting right here for a week while his dad's over here and he doesn't find him. You think it's the Fredbear Pizzeria instead of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? It's wait, that this happens? You think this doesn't fit that? What robots had the most pain? What robots had the most pain? I believe that the toy animatronics are possessed. No, I don't think they are. I think the toy animatronics are running off of a similar program as the ones from Security Breach, but like a less sophisticated version. So they don't have personalities. They just have a thing where they are... I think what happens... Okay, so hold on. Pause. Considering the flesh melds with the spring locks, right? Oh, spring trap, yeah. So here's my belief on the toy animatronics, on why they're acting weird or crazy, is because I don't think they themselves are possessed. What I think happens is the possessed, and the withered animatronics are there. I think Michael, who looks just like William, shows up as the night security guard, right? So they start acting... No, William shows up as the day guard in FNAF 2 way before Michael shows up as the night guard. I think William ends up being like the night/day guard. The withered animatronics recognize William as being the one who killed them, and then they like connect to the toy animatronics like programming, because they are programmed to, child protection program inside their modules. Mangle's speaking is literally police scanner. So I think they connect to the toy animatronics with their weird spirit powers. Let's remember, one of the spirits creates an entire hell, so whatever. Aren't the toys by proxy of being made with parts from the Wizards haunted? No, I don't think it actually says... I don't think it actually states that. What it does state is that the old animatronics will be rebuilt. It doesn't say anything. I don't believe it says anything about... let me see. Toy animatronics built with old parts. Toy animatronics wiki. The toy animatronics are improved versions of the original animatronics designed by Fazbear Entertainment to replace the withered animatronics for the reopening of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria in November 1987. This is wrong, by the way. November 1987 is wrong. The opening happens in June. It happens in the middle of summer. It happens in June, I believe, actually. The toy animatronics debut in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 as the main antagonist, along with the withered animatronics. They later appeared on blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Hence their name. Their suit materials appear to be made of plastic, as if they were a life-size toy, while all models notably sprout. Similar. So they're not made from them. I think that's a common misconception because at the end of the game, the news article says that the old animatronics will be rebuilt, will be refurbished. Say that they keep the freaks in the back room for spare parts in general. Unsure. Toys have the ghost eyes. The toys don't have the ghost eyes. They just have the eyes. They just have eyes. That the little toys in FNAF 4 hinted that the original gang were eventually going to be phased out, which is why Toy Chica is missing her beak because she was rushed product. Maybe. I think they are rushed product. So I think but the toys have the. Oh yeah. She loses her beak and her eyes when she attacks you. That doesn't necessarily mean that she's possessed. That just means that she's attacking you because that's her programming. Not that, which Chica's always, they get these eyes occasionally too, which that could be part of their programming too. Like when they're going into attack mode, their eyes narrow in. The eyes just narrow in for attack mode. So it's the withered animatronics that are supposed to be the ones that are possessed. Unless you want to go with the two different dead kid situations. If you want to go with two different dead kid situations, then yeah, sure, the toys might be possessed. Yeah. They could be in attack mode. That could be a camera lens zeroing in because they're targeting in on who they are. It's like camera shutter slow motion. Images or tools type gives. So let me see if I can get the right ones. Yeah, so like how so how camera lenses do that. It could be that when they go into attack mode, the shutters in their eyes zero in on that person, so they stay on target. So that could be all it is. Like if you look, he does have the whites in the middle of his eyes. It could be just could just be they're zeroing in on him, boom and boom, because that's their attack mode. This obviously isn't attack mode Bonnie, but this is attack mode Chica. She loses her beak so that way she can snag you with her mouth and keep you ensnared. Right? I don't like Chica without a beak. Of course, Dabs. No one does. Death represents the animatronics movement in FNAF 1. Yes. Why they go in free roam mode? Yeah, kind of. That's the running theory, is that the reason that the animatronics move around and all that and they want to attack you is because that's their thing. And Fazbear Entertainment has like covered up that or like explained away that behavior as being they think that you're a exposed endo and they want to shove you in a suit, but it's actually just they want to actually just kill you. I like beakless Arcane. You're wild. Main thing of the toys possessed thing for me is that I'm a believer of the second dead kids thing. See, I am too. I kind of am too. In FNAF 2, Phone Guy says there's an investigation going on. Yes. So, okay. So, I'm not going to look at chat anymore, so no one tell me other things that are outside of what I'm talking about right now, because I'm not going to see it. I'm sorry. Okay, so my belief on the FNAF 1, FNAF 2 thing is I believe neither situation of you being a guard, FNAF 1 or FNAF 2, is directly actually related to Phone Guy. I think in both situations, you are a guard post shutdown of the pizzerias, just like Mike is in the movies, right? I believe that the tapes were not made for you. They were made for a different guard. But the manager or whoever the person is that's in charge of hiring you for your position finds these training tapes, listens to like the first couple minutes of them and hears, oh, this is a generic training tape here, and then gives them to you as a guard and says, here, listen to these. They're for each night. They'll train you how to do your job, right? And the movie kind of alludes to this being true because if you watch the movie, what does William Afton's character give Michael for his first night on the job? He gives him an old generic training tape. So whoever's in charge of this, and trust me, I've been in this position as a manager for retail and stuff. Boy, Bonnie eyes don't do that. Do they not do that? Does Bonnie's eyes never do that when Bonnie attacks? Bonnie's attack mode? Maybe Bonnie has different eyes. It could be. Well, if that's the case, if you want to go on that has to be them being possessed, then Bonnie's not possessed, but the other two are. If we see, that's the problem with using some kind of logic like that. Is like, if that's the case, if these eyes are proving that these two are possessed, the eyes are like that because they're possessed, then that means Toy Bonnie isn't possessed. Because he doesn't fit that same thing. Just saying. Like, that's the thing. Like, you can't go with that kind of logic. Like, you can't say they're possessed, look at the eyes. Well, Bonnie's eyes don't do that. So does that mean Bonnie isn't possessed? Yeah. But also, maybe Bonnie's eyes are different. Maybe his eyes going like this is him narrowing in. Maybe his irises, his shutters that zoom in, maybe they are white and green. Like, maybe they're just his eyes. So his eyes focus in too. They're just different because he has different eyes than the other two anyways. Who knows? There's no good explanation for it. Makes a lot of sense, even if they are just always theories, guys. Always theories. I could always be wrong. Toy Bonnie's eyes could be possessed too, because like that stuff's painted on. Exactly, yeah. Toy Bonnie's eyes never scope in. They don't. The other two do. Bonnie's don't. It's just weird. It could just be a lapse in design by Scott. I mean, he did start pumping these games out rather quickly, to be fair. Anyways, so yeah, so I think so. Common misconception for FNAF 2. I think FNAF 2 is the second. Is it? I think FNAF 2. I know it takes place in 87. There's the bite of 87. I think FNAF 2 takes place in the events of FNAF 2 that are important to the story, the kids going missing, and the bite of 87. I believe that takes place during the summer. Okay? Some people are like, maybe Scott just messed up. And the fact that the tapes start off with, hello, welcome to your new summer job at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, fun and fabulous place, blah, 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 blah. No, I think the events actually took place during the summer, and that the tapes may have been made for William or for a different guard, whatever, the guy who actually got bit. I think in November, you are the overnight guard watching over this stuff while they're still going through the legalities of getting things moved around and lining up storage or transportation or whatever else for this, because they wouldn't have been able to move any of this stuff for a while because of police investigations going on. The police weren't just going to be like, oh yeah, we've done a walkthrough one time. Go ahead and move everything that could be considered evidence for these kids missing, this horrific attack that happened. No, there would be months of the police being like, you're not allowed to move or touch anything, but I have to go. I sub. I hope you have a good day. Liam, have a good night. Our timestamp right now is 1:18. If you get time later on tomorrow or whenever, if you want to come back to this stream and watch the rest of it, there's your timestamp, 1:18, and then everything else will be new to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I always appreciate it. Guys, the view time is like the hardest thing. Time and space on right. Yeah, he does. All right. Damn. All right. Yeah. No, like, but that's the thing. Like, a police investigation would not be quick. See you on the next stream. That'll be probably tomorrow night. I'll probably be on a little bit earlier, so keep an eye out for that, guy. It's probably on at like 11:30 or 11 if I'm real lucky. It just depends on what time my daughter goes to bed. But anyways, yeah, like police investigation do not just get over real quick. Yo, what up, Matthew? Especially if it's for like child abductions or murder or whatever else. Like that would have been a long thing. Like that would have taken a while. So I think you're the overnight guard in November still, watching over this abandoned pizza place because they can't move these things yet. They're still not waiting to move them yet. Yeah. So I mean, into FNAF 2 cameras. No matter what night it is, this is always there. Let's party, right? No matter what night it is, this is set up exactly the same. This room's set up exactly the same. It's set up for a birthday party. This is always the same. It's always set up for a birthday party the entire time. This is straight nightmare fuel. Oh yeah, Debs. Oh, absolutely. Mangle is horrific. But yeah, it's always set up for a birthday party all 7 days that you're there. It just says that a person is convicted and found guilty. FNAF 1. Yes, FNAF 1 does say that. Yeah, look up FNAF 1 posters. Yes, it says that someone is convicted and found guilty. I agree with dual process theory that the person who is is convicted and found guilty is Henry. I think 100% they think it's Henry, right? From the first incident in the 1985 incident, all right? So what I think happens is, but the missing kids in FNAF 2 don't possess anything. But what if they do? Hear me out. What if the missing kids from FNAF 2, right? What if they're actually the possessors of the FNAF 1 animatronics? Or they're the possessors of the spare Endo 1 skeletons? Endo 1s that are in here. Because hold on, can we find FNAF 1 Endo, where's these Endos at? FNAF 2 cameras Endos. So yeah, so there's Endo. Well, no, that's a level 2 Endo actually. Now that I think about it, so that wouldn't be right either. Trying to think here, but no, I think what it is it is 2 incidents. I think FNAF 3, you do release the spirits of the original kids, right? But there was a second set of kids that you don't release, and that's why the puppet Charlie doesn't go with them, because there's a whole nother set of kids to still deal with. The second set of kids are the kids that you release in FNAF 3. The first set of kids are in Molten Freddy and are freed in 6. Yeah, well, no. Charlie is pretty powerful. Charlie is the only reason that you're able to... Now I'm so confused. Yeah, again, these are my own theories. Take what you want. Leave what you'd want. Aquino, I don't speak... Havana, Alexis, I don't know what you're saying. Who created hell again? That would be Sammy. In my canon, that's Sammy, aka Golden Freddy. Suit possessing Golden Freddy, not head possessing Golden Freddy. Head possessing Golden Freddy is Cassidy. Neither of them can see because there is no head to the Endo that is inside the suit. Because Golden Freddy, Golden Freddy, boom. Golden Freddy has no real eyes. Think that there's no 2 souls. I don't think that there's 2 souls. I think there is, and here's my belief. Here's why I think this. Check this out. Where are we at? Okay, so here's my thing. So here's why I think there is two. There is a spirit in the body, and there's a spirit in the head. And here we go. Here's my thing on this one. My personal headcanon has no basis on canon, is that there's just multiple Golden Freddy Fredbear suits. I just like 2 souls, 1 suit. So here's why it's 2 souls, 1 suit. 2 suits, 1 soul. 2 souls, 1 suit. This is Sammy. In my headcanon, or in my belief, you take what you want, you take what you want, you leave what you want. Doesn't matter to me. I'm cool with it. I love the discussions. This is Sammy, Charlie's twin brother, Henry's son, right? A wound first inflicted on me. Henry doesn't know at this time that Sammy was murdered by William. He discovers it later. All right? But this is Sammy, William's first victim. Not his first experimental kill, just his first kill out of rage. He's always had these psychotic thoughts, but now he's angry and jealous of Henry. Sammy wanders into the parts room while William's working in there. He annoys William because he's a little kid. He's just already mad. He's in one of those moods that he gets in where he's super jealous and pissed off at Henry for being better than him at or getting credit for things that he doesn't deserve in William's mind. So he kills Sammy on accident in a fit of rage and then goes, "Oh God, what did I do?" Shoves him in the suit to hide him. Right? Cassidy later on that day, while Sammy's trapped in the suit, gets locked in the closet by Michael, gets rescued by William. William's wondering if Cassidy saw what was in the suit or whatnot, or maybe he does talk to his dad and he's like, "Dad, there's a dead body in the suit, blah, blah, blah." And William's like, "It's okay, I will take care of it." Gives his son, or doesn't give his son, forces upon his son now the psychic friend Fredbear. Yeah, probably, or just whacked up. Right. Is Mangle possessed? Mangle is probably possessed by the dog of Susie. Susie's dog. Maybe. But who knows? Don't think so. Anyways, so he gives him psychic friend Fredbear to follow him around to make sure that he doesn't tell anyone else. That's why psychic friend Fredbear isn't actually carried by Cassidy. He's always there, hiding just out of sight from anyone else that Cassidy is talking to see if Cassidy tells anyone else, because he doesn't want Cassidy telling anybody. So he's keeping eyes on his own kid to make sure. Anyways, where I was getting off track. So Sammy is dead in the suit, but look where the head is. Here's the suit. Look where the head is. The head's up here, all by itself, not associated. So Sammy possesses just the suit because Sammy's body is, taken care of before the head ever goes back on the suit. But later on, hold on, where are we at? Crying Child gets killed by the head, but he gets taken out of the head into the hospital where he is in a coma. But what never happens to Crying Child, he never gets put in the suit. He dies head adjacent. I think his agony, and this is where my idea that agony is used to help, solder the soul to somebody. All right, unknown cameraman, have a good one, dude. Have a good one. If you want to check out the rest of the stream, timestamp's about 128. My below, right? But I think agony is used as an adhesive. Well, that's what agony is. Agony is the terminology. But agony is created from the fear and the pain and the negative feelings that arise from being tortured or going through a crucial event. It is explained that agony can be created without death occurring, but remnant can't. So remnant's kind of like the spirit being pulled out of the body after you die, whereas agony can just be created by strong negative emotions occurring. So I think agony is originally consumed into the head, and then once Cassidy dies in the hospital, his soul, his remnant, is able to then find its way to its own agony and possess the head. But since the head has no endoskeleton and no endo head to it, then he doesn't have the endo pieces to also possess in order to have sight. That's why neither of the spirits in the Golden Freddy suit can see, because there's nothing for them to see through. If you look at the other FNAF characters, I don't have it up anymore, do I? I don't have them up anymore, do I? Yo, where? Nope, I don't. Okay, hold on. Yeah, Golden Freddy, see, he's got the wires sticking out. He doesn't have an endo head. The worst thing that's ever happened to FNAF lore was Help Wanted saying the previous games were in-canon games, making it messier. So that can be interpreted two different ways, Undead. It could be that the games, you know, actual FNAF 1 through 7, the games themselves were made by a rogue game developer, or the mini games that you play are the ones. And actually, it is discovered later, Arcane and everybody else in Help Wanted in the tapes. Kill Scott Cawthon, in my mind. It says in the actual tapes that you collect that he was hired, that he actually was hired by Fazbear Entertainment to make the games from actual real events in order to cover up and make it seem like those events never did happen. So the games could exist, and I think it's the 8-bit versions of them do exist in the thing. Like, Scott's the creator of these mini games, and in that world too, and he was hired to make them so to cover up the fact that they actually did happen. They can be like, those are games, they didn't actually happen, guys. But yeah, so Golden Freddy has no actual eyes. This is just someone's fake render, but the actual Golden Freddy has no endo head. No endo head at all. Those are like spirit eyes or whatever, just to show that there's a spirit in there. But he has no eyes, so he can't see. They can just sense the world around them, and that's why they teleport around and they slump over, because they don't actually have like a real endoskeleton in there. Does Balloon Boy have any lore? We're thinking that he's going to have more and more lore as time goes on. With the newer games, they're really starting to get into this theme that there used to be like a carnival attached to the Fredbear to the Fredbear Entertainment and all that stuff. I don't know if that's going to tie directly into like Henry and William. It could not. He has an army in the Kaino in the comics. So in like a carnival sense, Balloon Boy would make sense, because balloons would be a big thing that you would sell at like a carnival situation to make money and stuff. So it could be that he dates all the way back to the carnival. And it is believed that like Sun and Moon also date all the way back to the carnival, and that Sun and Moon could potentially be Mimic 1, and that there is a second Mimic 2. Whole spite-filled theory image I'm making that's basically just how William grows more and more of an evil just because thing with each installment. Yeah, I think he was and I talked about this in the last stream and the stream. My running theory now is, if you remember Matt Pat's Ultimate Timeline, in his like first one, he's talking about how William Afton and Henry have like the Chuck E. Cheese analogy to them. One of them was running a successful business. The other one was running a failing business. The successful business picked up the failing business. They combined. Jealousy ensues. Whatever. I think it's actually backwards from what Matt Pat says. I believe, and I will stick to my guns on this one, I think Freddy and Bonnie are Henry's original characters. Fredbear's Family Diner, I think, was Henry's. I think William owned his own. I think Fredbear's Family Diner started first, right? Early, like late 70s, early 80s, whatever, like late 70s, was successful because of what they did. Henry had created suits that could be both animatronics and be worn by staff to perform and stuff for people while they ate their pizza and stuff like that. I think William came across the pond for some reason, but he came to America to find his own American dream. He comes to Hurricane Utah. And one of the first things he sees when he's here, while he's trying to figure out what he's going to do to make his fortune or whatever, maybe he wants to be a restaurateur or whatever, he sees Fredbear's, right? He sees Fredbear's, okay? And he's like, okay, so this is how to be successful in the restaurant-esque business. So what does he do? He comes over with money, because that was the plan. Come over and find his bigger fortune, whatever. Maybe he's a man of means. Maybe he came from a family that already had money, all that kind of stuff. But anyways, he's always evil just because, right? But maybe not. So he comes over, he sees Fredbear's, and he decides this is what he's going to do also. So he creates Chica's Party World, right? He's going to, yeah. He's going. Oh yeah, in here. Yeah, we're gonna. Anyway, let's jump to a different one. Anyways, so he creates Chica's Party World, right? Yeah. No, not Circus Baby's Party World. No, Chica's Party World. I have a mini theory that pertains to certain animatronics being from CBPW that has no ultimate effect on canon. Oh, from Circus Baby's Party World. But anyways, hold on. Let me do what I'm doing. So he starts Chica's Party World, and he hires somebody, Edwin or somebody, to build him animatronics. They're not as good of a animatronic builder as Henry is. They're not as good of an engineer. But he finds somebody to build him animatronics. And who do they build? They build the mediocre melodies. So, and what he does is he requests a very specific animatronic in those to be made, who's going to be a side character. You don't want him to be the front of your business too, because then that does look like actual plagiarism. So he has a character Ned Bear created, along with Mr. Hippo, Orville the Elephant, Chica, who is going to be his main character because he thinks a female character will really connect with people more than anything else. Plus, Chica the chicken sounds really good. He's finding a good way to market these all these animatronics. So he makes a slew of them. Sweet Frog, all of them. He makes a slew of animatronics. He gets a bigger building than Ned Bear's Family Diner. Bigger building. He puts in like arcade machines and all this other stuff. Private rooms, all this good stuff. He puts it all in there to compete against Fredbear's, and he does it. He does what Fredbear. He starts stealing the customer base from Fredbear's. You know, kids don't want to go to Fredbear's anymore because Chica's Party World has games and has, like, other stuff to it that you don't get at Fredbear's. Fredbear's just has the entertainment. Chica's Party World has games and more animatronics. More kids can connect to animatronics, which I think makes sense, too, because in the middle of Hurricane, Utah, to make a bunch of animatronics that are all Southern for some reason is weird, unless you think about the creator of the restaurant being a guy from the UK. Because in the 80s, 90s, and still to this day, a lot of Europeans and stuff, if you ask them to do an American accent, what do they do? Howdy, y'all, I'm from America. Like, they do a Southern accent. So if he's creating characters, I'm anti-furry, that's cool. I'm not a furry either, so there's that pic of Chica. Oh yeah, I saw that already. So he creates Chica's Party World, right? Now I'm confused. And he creates Chica's Party World. He's competing with Henry. He's beating Henry. Henry's business starts going under. So William agrees to acquire Henry's business, and they come together. So they acquire all of the animatronics together under one roof. That's way too many. They got to narrow it down a little bit to really help with, like, franchising and stuff, because that's his new. They now own 2 restaurants. They're starting a franchise. So product testing and stuff happens. The energy bill, right? The product testing goes and happens, and what happens is is, and this is all my theory, did they ever find the kids' bodies? No, I think the kids' bodies literally deteriorate inside of the suits. Anyways, they do product testing and stuff, and what happens is that everybody keeps coming back with Freddy and Bonnie, and like Freddy being like the most memorable character. Freddy and Bonnie are more memorable and more preferred than the mediocre melodies. It wasn't that William created better characters, he created a better environment for the kids. So the kids are like, we would prefer, like, if you get the option, we would prefer that it be Freddy and Bonnie, but having all of the environment of Chica's party world. Do my FNAF, okay? Please react to FNAF, okay? What's FNAF? Is that like a video? Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. So yeah, so through product testing or whatnot, they realize that Freddy is way more marketable. He's a better IP. So William, being a good businessman, a business person, decides, okay, we're going that direction. Maybe they even got like an investment company who like invested in them to help grow the business, which is what I think does happen. Confuses me, no offense. Who, me? Arcane? I confuse you? Oh, it's an analog horror? Oh, like, is it a video to watch? I don't know. Is that a Mr.? I don't know. Is that a video to watch? Because if so, yeah, we might watch it tomorrow then. But yeah, so like through product testing or whatnot, William and them learn. Oh, Mr. I don't know. Confused. Oh, okay. Confuses me. I don't know, Mr. I don't know. Confuses everyone. Not even 1 minute. We'll watch it tomorrow because I'm like talking through stuff right now. So anyways, interruptions besides the point for right now. So do product testing and they figure out that Freddy is the better face for the company. And so they decide to go in that route. And William at first is okay with it. Maybe they get an investment company. I don't know. They create Fazbear Entertainment, Freddy Fazbear instead of Fredbear. They changed the name a little bit to sound more kid-friendly. Instead of Fredbear, now we have Freddy Fazbear. And we make that company. And then, so now they need to start phasing out some animatronics. Who's going to go, who's going to stay? Well, Bonnie and Freddy make sense because they're very marketable. Chica is obviously marketable because she was the face of the company. Phase out the other animatronics because they really don't make sense. Why is there a hippo and an elephant and a bear with southern accents? I guess Sweet Frog kind of makes sense, but no one really likes frogs that much either. So get rid of the mediocre melodies. Besides, keep Chica, take away her southern accent, and just give her a normal plain accent, right? And boom, you got a core 3. And then they're like, well, let's make a new character that you guys are both involved in so you guys really feel connected to everything, right? So they create Foxy the Pirate. And then with their money, with their investment money that they have, they're opening up or they're restarting new stuff. Body didn't deteriorate in Springtrap. It absolutely did. Have you not seen Springtrap? He's got like bits and pieces of body that's still alive, and I think those bits and pieces are where the remnant is. And if you want to ask that, yeah, where did his body deteriorate? Dude's been covered in remnant for years after experimenting with it. Michael's whole body, I mean, it deteriorates, but it doesn't deteriorate and die. To those fucking necrotic bodies, right? Just took those necrotic bodies, right? Yeah, he definitely took the kids. I think he actually disposes of the bodies at some point. I think he hides them and then disposes of them later. I don't think the kids just rot in the suits, really. Takes place last year. Yes. Or 2 years ago, depending on what you think. I think FNAF 1 takes place in 92. What if... Hold on. What if... Stay with... No. It couldn't, actually. Never mind. Phone guy... Never mind. Phone guy eliminates that theory. So it has to be 92. William didn't kill all the kids in the same day. No, he doesn't. William kills the kids over a span of like 3 or 4 days. So FNAF 2... What up, Eddie? FNAF 2 tells us a date, tells us a year, tells us that's 1987. FNAF 1 doesn't give us a year, but by the fact that FNAF 2, you're paid on a Thursday, so your work day is Sunday through Thursday. If Fazbear Entertainment, which would make sense as they did, still worked on that same pay scale, then it would have to be 1992, because that's when November 12th is a Thursday again. Things are going pretty good. What's in the FNAF 1 chicken? Susie? Susie's in FNAF 1 chicken, because that's Chica, and Chica was Susie. Who the fuck is Phone Guy? Phone Guy is the guy from FNAF 1. The phone guy from FNAF 1. Phone Guy. FNAF 1. This guy. Can we hear it? Oh. Here we go. Fine, I'll do FNAF. Hold on, give me a second.
I wanted to record a message for you to help you get settled in on your first night. I actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my last week now, as a matter of fact, so I know it can be a bit overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about. You'll do fine. So let's just focus on getting you through your first week, okay? Let's see. First, there's
It was top bid. Okay.
From the company that I'm supposed to read.
This one?
It's kind of a legal thing, you know.
Hold on.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's.
Yeah, that's Phone Guy for you. He's got. That guy's a liar. It's not fine. Yeah, no, it's definitely not fine. Okay.
Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so.
That's creepy.
Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong.
I'm not gonna be watching a whole Glamrock Freddy. It's Michael. Yes, I do believe that too. This ain't that bad. It's so weird. What is it? The first, wait, can you watch SML FNAF? Hold on. If it's short, yes, but that's the last video for right now, guys. SML FNAF. There's a whole series of videos that are long. Oh, no, yeah, we're not doing that. That's too long for right now. I'm trying to talk about stuff, guys, not watch other people's videos for, instead. You have the ability to watch them yourselves. Extreme Russian Minecraft Rage Hacker Kid gets wrecked. No, I'm definitely not doing that. I don't know. Why? Maybe tomorrow. We'll watch some of them tomorrow. Because we're talking about other stuff. We're doing theories, not constantly watching other things. Michael is Glamrock Freddy. I do believe that. So I believe that because I think what happens is FNAF 6 happens. They're down there. All the spirits, like the spirit of Michael, Charlie, Elizabeth, and maybe Sammy. I don't know. Sammy might be gone by this point. I think Sammy's busy with this whole hell thing going on. But Cassidy, I think they're all down there. And I think before the events of Security Breach, Vanny, because it is said that Vanny uses that in Gregory is a bot theory, but they are really convincing. I think they're true. I don't think there's any reason to hate them though. They make sense, right? Like Vanny uses Glamrock Freddy to clear rubble to get down into 6, and when Vanny gets down there and Glamrock Freddy gets down there, I think they both get possessed by Michael and Elizabeth. Because that's like, it seems like that's a very common thing in this franchise, that spirits, like bodiless spirits, tend to take over robotics. Actual FNAF pizza place in Washington or Orlando, Florida. There could be. I mean, it would make sense. It would be smart for people to create them. Just off of this alone, it would benefit them. They'd probably get a lot of business out of it. But they both go down there, so it would make sense that they get possessed by the spirits that are just wandering free down there, because it seems to be a common thing that spirits like to possess machinery in this game universe, right? And we also get stuff from GGY that really speaks to Gregory being a robot, like he's a rebuilt Cassidy. And at one point, he probably goes down there too for some reason under like some task given to him by Glitch Trap. He goes down there and then he gets possessed by Cassidy, and that's probably what triggers the actual events of Security Breach. Is that over time Cassidy gets full control of Gregory, but Gregory is like a fully functioning, like, conscious robot himself. So it, like, when he possesses Gregory, it's a different kind of robot than just like a system of subroutines. This is like a conscious thinking entity. So maybe he like accidentally resets the entire system of Gregory, and that's why we see those post-it notes where he's like slowly learning to go from robot to person. Takes place in 1987, I think. Sister Location? No, I think Sister Location takes place either a year or two. I think it depends on what you want to believe. If Sister Location takes place in 1987, Mr. I don't know, that means FNAF 1, you were playing as post-scooped Michael Afton. Now, do you want to say he's post-scooped Michael Afton, also post-vomit, machine vomit Michael Afton? Or do you want to say that he is actually Michael Afton being controlled by Ennard? Like, we get 3 different versions of Mike we get to choose from for FNAF 1, depending on where Sister Location takes place. Either FNAF 1, it's fully functioning pre-Sister Location Michael Afton. There is post-scoop Ennard still inside. Is like FNAF because one Chuck E. Cheese got shut down because one kid actually went missing, and I saw the chuckle. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure a kid went missing at Chuck E. Cheese. That seemed like a prime area for people to try and, snatch kids before everyone got super cautious about their children. But no, I don't think it's... Scott Gotham has come out to say that this is not him making a game based off of Chuck E. So here's the background on it. Chuck E. Cheese really had very little to do with the creation of these games. The reason that Five Nights at Freddy's exists is because his game that he made prior to this, Chip's Family Lumber Company, and I'll see if I'll pull up a video of it. Chip's Family Lumber Company. I think that's it. Oh, Chippers. Yeah, Chippers Lumber Company. Let me see. Chippers and Sons Lumber Company. Here we are. It might even be this one, guy, the best games dev. Anyways, the actual gameplay. Yeah. So the gameplay, the person said that the game characters kind of had like a creepy... Oh, wow, this is actually really weird. Had like a creepy animatronic feel to them. So Scott decided, you know what? If that's what people are gonna think, then I'm just gonna jump into it. Matt Pat is fake. Yeah. Then I'm just going to embrace it. The Ultimate Five Nights at Freddy's recap cartoon. Awesome. Let's just go back a couple. So he created. So he decided to go and actually make like a full-on animatronics game. Fnaf Theories. Oh, dude, I watched so much Fnaf Theory. What up, Death? How we doing? This fan game. Yeah, and no. This is a fan game. I know the actual one looked a lot even creepier. Hold on. Chipper. Yeah, I know that one's the one, but hold on. I want to see if I can get real gameplay from the actual game then. But there is one, the one that he made, they were very creepy looking. They were very... The company is a fan game. It has FNAF Style Night. Oh, it does it. Cool. Oh, this one right here. Tyke and Sons Lumber Company. Oh, or whatever. Anyways, point, doesn't matter. The people reviewing the game said that it looked very creepy. Tyke, yeah. That it looked very creepy and animatronic-y. in like a bad way. So Scott was like, I'm just gonna embrace this and make one more game, and then he made FNAF, and it's been a hit. So yeah, it had very little to do with Chuck E. Cheese. I think he very roughly used a little bit. My theory is that they mimic what the kids looked like. Oh, the animatronics? That'd be interesting. I mean, yeah, the only girl is Susie, and she's in Chica, the only girl animatronic, besides Charlie and the puppet. Um, but anyways, yeah. So they did all the product testing and everything, but yeah. So I think William started murdering because I think he always had the implicate like the tendencies or like the thoughts around it, but never really the took took action on his dark thoughts. Um, and then after saving Henry's business and then becoming a bigger business, maybe even getting some investment money or whatnot, they start doing all this product testing and everything's pointing towards that Fredbear needs to be the new face. It needs to be the face of the new company also because he's so marketable. So when everything's said and done, it becomes Freddy Fazbear Pizza. It's Fazbear Entertainment. Everything is Freddy. Is Freddy IP all over the place. So even though William was a successful business and he acquired the failing business, right? That the failing business, the face of the failing business becomes the face of all the business. And everyone is giving props to Henry for his success. Everyone's assuming that Henry was the successful one, not William. William was getting jealous of both the fact that people are giving all the praise to Henry, but he's also getting jealous because Henry is a better engineer and is making the animatronics that he had. Yeah, envy, just bunch of envy from. He's not getting any of the credit that he should be getting. He's the other partner. He's Henry's partner, not Henry being his partner. He's not Henry's savior. And Henry may or may not be correcting people. Who knows? The point is it's all perception. And in William's eyes, Henry is getting all of his credit. William started murdering because he was upset that he lost everything to Henry Wright, and he killed Henry's daughter. Actually, first he kills Henry's son. William represents envy, I think, more than anything else. And yes, I believe that his first victim is actually Sam, whatever Henry's last name is. I don't think it's actually Emily either. I don't believe the Henry Emily thing. But will you check out the VHS? I might watch the VHS at some point. Definitely Envy and Wrath. Yeah, I've been envious, but never to that extreme. Well, if you're already so here, okay. So this is a common thing. Not a common thing, but this is an actual thing when it comes to serial killers and stuff like that. So some of the most famous serial killers, some of the like best serial killers, and I say best in quotations. When I mean best, I mean like they're good at getting away with it. The best serial killers are extremely intelligent. Sometimes, and usually to the point where their intelligence clouds over their ability to empathize. They don't see killing as being like wrong. They understand that society thinks it's wrong. And so they obviously do whatever they can to cover it up and make sure people don't find out about it. But they don't personally feel like it's wrong. They feel like they are, especially in a lot of cases where they're like experimenting with the dead bodies and stuff like that. Kind of like World War II soldiers. Exactly. So they feel like they get numb to it. They're able to do it because they're intrigued by death. They want to experiment with death. Like there's reasons in their head that make logical sense because they're so intelligent they can no longer empathize with other living beings. So that's why like a lot of serial killers and stuff started off with psychotic behavior, like killing animals, torturing animals, and stuff like that. You know? And then eventually move on to killing humans. So Anyways, so what if William had that tendency, but he always blocked it out because he also was aware, hey, that's not something I'm supposed to do. But then one day, Sammy is annoying him in the back closet while he's working with animatronics or something like that, and it's already been a really annoying day for him. Maybe it's again he's witnessed a bunch of people congratulating Henry on the success of the restaurant or all this other stuff, and he's in the back. He's already pissed off. He's like, this motherfucker's always getting. Death, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. My friend live hunting deer, just saying, yeah, that's fine. And he's so he's already really agitated and annoyed that day, and then Sammy, who's like 6, comes in and starts annoying him being a kid, as kids sometimes do. He murders Sammy just out of like his something disconnects, and he stops remembering that he's not supposed to do this, and he murders Sammy. Comes out of it, realizes, oh shit, I just killed this kid. All right, Arcane, have a good night. It's currently the 2-hour mark, so however much longer I go on, the timestamp if you want to come and watch the rest of the VOD tomorrow during the daytime. 2 hours in is your starting point. Anyways, yeah, some instincts, right? Just something switches. He moves to instincts, kills Sammy, realizes what he did. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done this. Puts Sammy's body in the suit to hide it for now, because where the room is located, he'd have to walk through the entire building in order to dispose of the body or whatnot. And he's definitely not going to go to jail for something. Like, he just killed somebody. It's fine. Like, whatever. Cool. So he hides the body. But then after he hides the body, that makes me mad, right? After he hides the body, Michael, playing a prank on Cassidy, throws him into the parts closet, locks the door. Cassidy discovers the body. And now I'm thinking I'm rolling with the theory that after he finds the body, Zaza, what's going on? Hear me out? Go for it, man. You type what you want while I'm saying this. He kills Sammy, who is Henry's son and Charlie's twin. Hides the body. Cassidy discovers the body. Cassidy tells his dad what he saw. Cassidy's dad, William, obviously tells him not to tell anybody else and that he'll take care of it. Everything's going to be okay, blah, blah, blah. And then he starts feeding into Cassidy's fear by creating a little plush to follow him around. Who is every victim of William? The Micmac is Miss Afton Invasion? The Micmac is Miss Afton Invasion? I don't know what the Mimic is Miss Afton Invasion? Maybe. Who are all the victims of William? So the victims of William would be Sammy first. Then after Sammy goes Susie, Fritz. Susie is Chica. Fritz is Foxy. Then you have Jeremy and Gabriel, who were best friends and are actually murdered at the same time by Afton. And that is Jeremy is Bonnie, Gabriel is Freddie. And then after that is Cassidy dies from his head wound from Golden Freddy biting down on him, and succumbs to his coma, or they pull the plug on him. What about Little Timmy? Right? Fucking Little Timmy. No one likes Little Timmy. Anyways, and then Charlie dies later on after everybody else. And here's my thing. So a lot of people are like, well, Charlie has to die first because she's the one who puts them or gives them life in the suits. I don't think that's correct. I don't think she has to die first for this. I think actually they're like in the suits, but they don't properly know how to control the suits yet. I think what it is when Charlie dies, check this out. So Charlie, back alley, death, FNAF. Okay. So this is Charlie here. Let me see if I can get a good GIF of this. Type GIF. Let me see if it can show me the whole. Go back. Here we go. Go to Reddit. So yeah. So Charlie dies in the back alley to William. William finds her. He kills her. Blah blah blah. Well, let me see. Yeah. So here's Charlie shut out in the cold. She has a green bracelet on that her dad has made for her to keep it so that the puppet will keep track of her. Well, the other kids lock her outside, and she's trying to get inside. William pulls up, sees her in the back alley, and his I like killing kids, like instinct triggers again, because he's still mad at Henry, because Henry is still getting Henry's getting even more praise now, because Henry reacted, and this is the thing that I wanna say is Henry reacted to the kids missing by inventing the puppet. And by inventing security systems. They're like, oh man, look at him. He cares about the community, cares about the families. These terrible things have happened, and he's doing everything he can to make it better. He's making us more secure. Yeah. Right? So that's why Freddy and Bonnie are so close. Exactly. So he invents the puppet. The puppet is connected to the bracelets. He recognized that one of the bracelets are outside of the safe zone and goes to recover the child, bring the child back to the safe zone. He's trying to get out, but the doors are closed. She gets killed in the back alley by Afton. Afton drives away. The puppet manages to make its way outside, but it's in the rain. It's electronic. It's getting rained on. It's getting damaged. It barely makes it to Charlie's body. Because the puppet was already connected to the bracelet and covers up her body, her remnant, her agony and stuff fuses to the bracelet and then fuses to the puppet. Because there's already that connection between the bracelet and the puppet, it made it easier for her soul to understand or like figure out how to possess the animatronic easier. So what happens then is when she becomes the puppet, she teaches that to the other dead kid spirits. And that's why the puppet, even though it's the last death of the 7, is the important one that gives new life to the other kids. The other kids are just dormant in the suits and stuff. They're not actually able to possess them yet until Charlie, who has figured it out herself through her bracelet and the extra connection she had versus the other ones, figures it out and then teaches it to them. In the spirit world. Good night. All right, Dabs. Have a good night. That's my running theory. It's the kids' fault, not my the kids. Why the kids just let themselves be dead like that? Like it's their own problem. It happens in 85, didn't it? That's what the book said. One of the books says it happens in 85, and it could happen in 85. I think it happens earlier in the game, so I think it all happens in 83/84. I think it happens over the series. I think it happens over a series of like 3 months. But I think Charlie dies after the kids do, and after. So I think what happens is I think Cassidy gets bit. Like a week after Sammy dies, Cassidy gets bit. So one missing kid has occurred, and one injury has occurred at the restaurant. So Henry, in fear of his other child that he still has, builds the security puppet to like protect everybody. The security puppet doesn't work because the other 4 kids, Susie, Fritz, Jeremy, and Gabriel, all happen at the location. Or happens at the other Fredbear location. Who knows? Someone wanted to possess an animatronic icon body, not the kids friendly one, but mad terrifying body. That would be weird. Possessed by Sammy and Cassie, or only one of them? Both. Both. So check this out. So this is my theory on why he's in both. Where are we at? Where are we at? Hold on. Where to go? Dude. They're all over the damn place right now. Okay. So in here, Sammy's in the body of Golden Freddy. Only ever in the body. The head was never attached to the body when Sammy was killed. Sammy's body was stuffed in there. Sammy possesses the body. Right? Sammy possesses just the body, dies in the body, or shoved in the body after dies. Do the toys have souls? I don't think so, but what do you think? It depends on what theory you want to go with. If you want to go with there was only one missing children's incident, then no. If there was 2 missing children's incidents, then maybe, but also I think no, but maybe. Maybe. Anyways, so Sammy dies in the Golden Freddy suit body. Just the body. Cassidy is nearly killed by the head, but only the head. Cassidy never enters the body. Sammy never enters the head. Therefore, they each possess a separate part of the Freddy suit, Golden Freddy suit. Hence, why you get two of them. It's kind of similar to the Stitch Wraith, where Andrew possesses the body or whatnot, and Jake possesses the battery. They can move and they can't move and only teleport. Yes, because the Golden Freddy suit is in suit mode. It doesn't have an endoskeleton, so neither of them can see. I think it still has the same meaning. I think it's still Cassidy trying to tell his brother Michael that he is the one that's in the Golden Freddy suit. And so here's the thing. I just finished listening to the first book, and I think the first book really, really hammers in that meaning. It really hammers in that I think that it is Michael for FNAF 1, because in the book, the kid who is possessing the Golden Freddy suit talks to his childhood best friend who was like a brother to him, right? And talks to him and like tells him what happened. I don't know if you guys have ever read the books or really listened to it, but one, the kid who dies and takes over the Golden Freddy suit in the books, in the Silver Eye series, is named Michael. And his best friend, his childhood best friend, who was like a brother to him, his name's Carlton. Doesn't really mean much for this, but he talks to him while he's being trapped in another Springlock suit that might kill him, but he talks to him. So I think that really enforces. I don't think it is, but his name's definitely Michael. But I think that like alludes to the fact that Cassidy is in the Golden Freddy suit and is trying to talk to his brother in FNAF 1, saying, "It's me, it's me, it's me. Understand that it's me, Michael. I am here in this suit. Help me if you can. Can I tell you something? You can tell me anything." That Michael isn't Jeremy Fitzgerald in FNAF 2, but Michael could be Fritz Smith. So Michael, what do you mean? Oh, because, okay. Life, that is if we're running with the theory that we believe Bone Guy just made a mistake on what season it was. One only controls the head, and one the body, and the one who controls the head is the bloodlust one, so hence the head jump scare and not the whole body. Actually, reverse that. Cassidy is not the vengeful spirit, but does control the head. Sammy controls the body. The reason the head is the jump scare is because Cassidy can't see, and he's trying to tell his brother, "It's me, it's me." Maybe he just gets overzealous, and that's why he jump scares you with that. But here's the thing, the jump scare doesn't kill you in that game. It ends your game. Remember, the Golden Freddy jump scare doesn't kill you. It crashes your game. It literally blows your fucking mind. Is what it does. Why they didn't reverse the spring lock the other way around and not aim at again the way spring lock code will not be. Because it. What do you mean? What do you mean reverse it? If they reverse the spring locks, that means that they would be condensing all of the robot parts into the middle of the suit, which would then be useless for you to wear because there would be a whole thing right in the middle of it. The spring locks. What the spring locks do is they basically like say this is the endo, the robot, the animatronics in the middle of the suit. What the spring locks literally do is they pull all the stuff back here, so that way you can put so now I can put my microphone here. Like imagine that this is all the robotic stuff, and I want to put my microphone in the middle of this. So I use the spring locks to pull all the robotic stuff to the side, so then I can then fit my microphone in. But something happens and my robot stuff pops back out, and my mic's still in the way. My mic is weaker than the robot stuff, so pop. Now it's dead. Golden Freddy have two different designs. So I mean that could just be marketing. You don't want Have you seen a video of how to prevent spring lock failure video? No, but I don't think there actually is a way. I'm confused though because in Pizza Sim, where and how did the animatronics survive? They are so the Pizza Sim animatronics. Like, what do you mean? Like, they were out in the world, wouldn't they die out in battery out there? Well, no. So it depends on what you're thinking of. Like, you would think they would know how to recharge themselves with batteries or something. They're scavenging through constantly finding other scrap to keep themselves alive. They could be finding power sources or plugging themselves into the wall or recharging in some way. They're resourceful. They're resourceful, all of them are. I have thought about is if William's death takes place before or after FNAF 1. I think it takes place before FNAF 1, right? I think it takes place before FNAF 1. What I think happens is that, oh, okay, I'm having an epiphany. Maybe this works, maybe this doesn't. Happens before FNAF 1. I think it happens before FNAF 1. Sister location happens after FNAF 1. Right? Hear me out. It happens before FNAF 1. Mike is told by his dad. I think his dad breaking down the animatronics happens before before Mike goes there. I think he breaks down the animatronics, the original ones, the withered ones that got rebuilt. I think he breaks down their Endo 2 skeletons, right? Because they have Endo 2s from FNAF 2 on this. I think he breaks down the Endo 2 skeletons, right? He breaks them down. He takes them back to sister location, melts them down, injects them into the fun times, right? He goes back one more night to clean up any extra scraps that are still sitting around, right? And I think this is their transition period because they shut down multiple times. So I think this is their shutdown period between FNAF 2 shutting down and FNAF 1 opening up. So I think he goes there after they've moved the withers there. He breaks them down because they already plan on rebuilding them, right? So what if in the process of rebuilding them, he goes there, he breaks them down, he takes their Endo 2 skeletons, melts them down, injects them into the fun times, goes back to pick up any other scrap that he's left behind, and that's when they get him, right? And I think they get him not because he's afraid of all of them. I think what happens is he goes back and Golden Freddy's spirit, he breaks it down in their spirits. The remnant is able to get out or something, or like their spirits are able to be released because he's broken down the endoskeletons. Yeah, he was trying too hard to play God. And so they get out, but I think what happens here, FNAF 3 mini games, Spring Lock. Yeah, this one. So I think what happens is like, so we don't see what actually happens before Crying Child gets in here, right? We just know he's broken down all the other suits, blah, blah, blah. Before Crying Child gets in here, Afton's standing like right here. He might be like yelling at the other kids or like telling them what to do or not because he's not afraid of them. He already killed these kids. He's not afraid of them. But then his own son, the ghost of his own son shows up, and that's a whole different experience. It's one thing if your own victims show up to haunt you because you made them. Like, what? You're my victims. I already killed you. I'm not that worried about it. But then his own son spirit shows up and starts haunting him, and that's a whole different mental fuck, right? So that kid scares him, and he's like, "Oh God, no! You can't be here. You can't do this to me." And he keeps running away from him, but Crying Child keeps coming after him because he's like, "How could you do this?" Blah 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 blah. And then FNAFton. Afton. There. That's the name. FNAFton. All right, FNAFton. Anyways, I'm gonna head out now. Bye. All right, Beanie, hold on one sec. He goes, "Oh shit, yeah, I remember." He's afraid of the animatronics, so he runs over to his old Springlock suit that he hasn't used in forever, puts it on. Crying Child gets scared of it. He starts laughing because he's like, haha, that did it. And then, boom, Springlock suit happens. Don't care, I eat them. I eat the ghosts. Yeah, so that's why he gets there, right? I wonder if I think it's like, Dad, I thought you cared about me. Why did you let me die? Yeah. He starts literally like crying at his dad, asking for help, and his dad's like fucking out of his mind kind of situation. Who it doesn't seem like it because he runs past the spirit continuously without doing anything to him. I don't think they can do anything to him without the suits. Can you get high in FNAF? I don't think you can get high in FNAF, no. So Afton jumps into the suit to scare away his son because he knows his son is afraid of the animatronic, so he becomes an animatronic to scare him away, and then the suit misfires and kills him. Yeah, they can only mentally fuck him. Exactly. Is high, not the ghost kid doing, but because he's high. Yeah, he's been sucking on his own nightmare gas. Maybe. Yeah, so he gets spring locked, and I think what happens is Henry comes in because they're refurbishing this. Like Henry knows now. I think what happens here. So this is what I'm thinking is happening, right? I think the convicted person from the 85s is Henry, right? Is Henry. And then William couldn't keep it together, whatnot. And so he uses a yellow suit, boom, this yellow suit, right? And he kills some more kids in 87, right? Why the kitchen camera was out in FNAF 1. Who knows? Just to be out, just to make the gameplay a little bit more spicy, and to have audio be more important, right? Not to play on just visual cues. You actually have to listen to the game too. Anyways, so Freddy saw a portal before he could be destroyed by William, so Freddy brought the Freddy from the portal, and Freddy jumped into the portal. Freddy ended up in Fortnite. Yes, the Freddy Fortnite theory, but that's just a theory. A Fortnite theory. Anyways, yeah. So William kills some kids in 85, and Henry gets convicted for it because only Henry uses Cassidy being dead or dying as a cover-up. I like that idea, that Afton uses his own kid dying as like a cover-up for the fact of why he couldn't be the killer. So the police go, well, there's only two of you that it could be, and this guy has an alibi. Henry probably doesn't have an alibi because Henry just spends majority of his time by himself in a workshop working on animatronics and stuff, so he has no alibi, and he's already kind of a weird guy anyways. In the books and everything else, he's described as being like very in the animatronic focus kind of situation and very negligent to his children in a way because he's too busy messing with animatronics all the time. Yo, thank you for using my emotes over on the Twitch side of things. I love that emote. It's a pretty good emote. Anyways, so he gets arrested, convicted, because all the evidence points to him. And you got to remember that it would be a trial by jury. And if he's really weird and kind of like off-putting because of the fact that that's just how he is, his genius is described, it would be very easy for a jury to wrongfully convict him. So he gets convicted. Welcome back, Liam. Welcome back. Anyways, imagine Freddy is a night shift security guard not realizing your dad is in a boarded up safe room running away. Right, life, but that might be what happens. But anyway, so Henry is in prison, right? He's in prison for a few years. And while he's in prison, maybe he's thinking up new stuff, like new things that they could be doing and stuff while he's in prison. While he's in prison, the investors of the company, the new owners of the company or something, or like the board now decides that they're going to pivot, new location, more security measures are going to be put in. They're going to have, the toy animatronics who are now, they were already in the works. The toys were already in the works to being built. They had already built actual toy versions, the action figures that we see in 83. It's the 80s. You know, what's big and popular in the 80s? Like G.I. Joes and Transformers and stuff. So they make action figures for the boys to be able to play with Freddy merchandise just as much as girls with the plush dolls, right? They make action figures, and then they start making plans to make full-size versions of them to up the sales of the action figures. So the new Freddy Fazbear pizzeria location for FNAF 2, which I think is actually the former Chica's Party World. I think they refurbished it into FNAF 2, right? That place opens up, and then after like a year, William can't help it. He's got it. He's fixed. He's got an addiction now. He killed kids. He saw the thrill of it and everything else. And he may not even have experiments going on yet. He may have just killed the kids to kill the kids at this point. But maybe he starts like getting into the remnants. He starts realizing some shit's happening. You know, the animatronics are acting weird. What's going on? All that stuff. He kills Charlie. Before FNAF 2 opens, he kills Charlie too while Henry's in prison. Springlock happened this Springlock incident, I think it happens in like 90 or 92, 93. I think it happens in 92. I think it happens not too long before FNAF 1 happens. It would make sense. So then FNAF 2 happens. He's killed some more kids. They realize it couldn't have been Henry. Right? New evidence emerges. More kids are dying by the same yellow suit. It couldn't have been Henry. Henry didn't do it. Right? So they let Henry out. Went to the safe room. Yeah, that's what I mean, is they let Henry out, right? William, after they moved the withered animatronics in 88, 89, whatever, they move, or even like they move them after a couple years, they move them to the new location. William's hiding. I think they know that William is who is actually the murderer at this point. I think the police know, but they haven't found him yet, right? They're still looking for him, but they don't know where he is. He's gone into hiding, just like what happens in the books. Again, the books kind of help with this, right? Because in the books, same thing. William kills some kids. The police believe it's him. He gets away with it at first, and then he alters his physical appearance. Like, William in the books is like a hefty, big, fat guy, and then or not a big fat guy, but like a heftier guy, he loses a whole bunch of weight, so he looks different. And he gets a job as the night security guard watching over the old pizza place, right? In the books, he becomes the guy who's watching over the pizza place. But anyways, so he's hiding from the police. He's hiding out. It's the 80s and 90s. It's not as hard to hide from the police as it is like nowadays, where it would be very difficult to stay in the same area and still hide from the police after murdering a bunch of kids. This is the 80s and 90s. I'm the owner of Freddy Fazbear, exactly, right? But anyways, so he hides out. Henry gets out. Henry is the owner of FNAF 1 and 2. William's the owner of FNAF 4. William is the owner of sister location. Henry is the owner of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Simulator. Who's the owner of FNAF 3? My theory is that the owner of FNAF 3 is Phone Dude. Yeah, Phone Dude is the owner of FNAF 3. That's actually a given. That's a real thing that we do know. No, Henry and William are co-owners of everything. I think one is the general manager of different locations, but they own everything. They're business partners. They're equal partners in this business. I think they're like co-owners, and that there's also like a board that there's like a corporate board members and stuff like that who make like other decisions for the business. But anyways, I think so. William is now hiding out, right? After a couple years, they move those withered and they destroy the toys, right? So the toy spirits are just out there at the moment, right? Free willing it, whatever. They have nowhere to really go. William goes to the new location where the wizards have been rebuilt. He lures them to the secret room that no one knows about, right? And he breaks them down with his golden Bonnie suit that's been out of commission. When does it go out of commission? Is it FNAF 2 or FNAF 1 that they talk about the Springlock suit being out of commission? Or is it, no, it's FNAF 3. FNAF 3 they talk about it. That's right. It's FNAF 3 phone guy tapes talk about the yeah. So the Springlock suits are still in play on this. So anyways, so he goes to the FNAF 1 location where the withered suits are. He breaks them down for their Endo 2 endoskeleton so he can melt that down to get the remnant from it, because over these few years he's been learning about remnant and stuff like that. He's been down in his sister location bunker playing around with that. Elizabeth gets scooped sometime in the process of all this. I just don't know when. That one I'm trying to piece together. But Baby exists, and he's learning about remnant because of Baby's existence. So now he's going to go get the remnant for the other animatronics. I'm going to figure out where Baby and Elizabeth come in on this one, but it's a little bit more tricky. Anyways, but he has sister location. He does I think maybe he does a spin-off before FNAF 2. I think he tries to do Circus Baby's Party World before FNAF 2. It's set 5 years after FNAF 2, and if the FNAF 2 location closed in 87, does that mean FNAF 1 takes place in 92? Yes, that's what I believe. Did Afton work on sister location? Who knows? I think he already had part of the bunker built. Like, I think that was just his workshop, and then he expanded it for sister location after the 85 incident. I think once that actually makes a lot of sense. 85, he kills a bunch of kids, and Henry takes the blame. Henry's out of the picture because he's in prison, which means William now has full control of all the money. So now he's able to fund whatever he wants to with all of their extra money that they have, because they're a very successful business at this time. So he takes the extra money, he takes the business funds, and he starts franchising. Even he wants to expand farther, but he's tired of all of Henry's stuff being the main animatronics and the main face of the business. So he makes Circus Baby, but he's also in the middle of wanting to kill kids. So he's designing robots that will now be the lore, because he can't use the yellow Bonnie suit anymore because he's already used it once, and they know that that's connected to the kids being murdered. Right? So he wants to start Circus Baby. He wants to start Circus Baby, Party World, blah, blah, blah. What up, Connected Pieces? How we doing? I gotta go soon, really. I'm in the middle of it. I do gotta go. I'm going to think on this more for tomorrow, guys, because I'm getting a little screwed up in the head and stuff right now. But I'm absolutely loving this. So I will be back tomorrow night, tonight. Well, I'll be back in 20 hours. 21 hours, 20 hours, something like that. We will be back. So if you guys haven't hit the subscribe button or the follow button wherever you're watching at, make sure you guys do that. Make sure you guys get your notifications set up. Hit that bell. I don't know. Does the subscribe button actually light up when I say subscribe, or is that just for fancy people with lots of subscribers? I don't know. It'd be cool, but it doesn't matter. Make sure you guys are subscribed and all that stuff, so that way we can get back to this tomorrow. But I think I got a good... man. I gotta write all this down. Maybe I'll finally make a real theorist video. Wouldn't that be funny? No one would like it. It would get so many views of people just saying you suck, you're dumb, whatever. Anyways, I like where I'm going with this. We're going to work on it some more tomorrow. You guys do some of your own research too. Come back with anything you can that can disprove what I'm saying. I would love it. That way I can build this better. But anyways, I will see you guys. Oh, one more thing. I always forget to do this little self promotion at the end. I am in the middle of writing a book. The book has nothing, right? The book has nothing to do with Five Nights at Freddy's. I'll just let you guys know that. It is like an actual legitimate book. It's a sci-fi fantasy lit RPG style book. If anyone's interested on reading that book, in the description below is a link to my Patreon. You can read the first 6 chapters for free, and I will be adding more chapters to the free chapters list. As I write them, other chapters will bump down. If you want to be caught up on what chapter I'm writing, then there are tiers to subscribe to, but you don't have to in order to read the whole book. You just got to wait longer. It's just whatever. But if you want to read the first 6 chapters and leave comments and tell me what you want, down in the link below is the Patreon. Follow for free, and go ahead and read some of them chapters and tell me what you think. I've been working. It's like 19,000 words long right now. It'll be up to like 200,000 by the time I'm done. It's just bare bones right now. I'm not overly descriptive with the world. I'm just giving like the story and all those elements right now. So, but yeah, it's in its first draft too. So let me know what you guys think of that. I went to school for theater production, design and stuff, and stay in a screenwriting and character development and shit like that. So that's kind of why I'm like, I'm gonna finally write a book. I'm almost 33. I should finally start working on something like that. So writing a book, you guys should go see it. Go read it. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for subscribing. I will see you guys tomorrow, where we will continue working on the timeline. Love your faces. I'll see you guys there.